Hey everybody, time for our next Coffee with Connie. And I'm coming to you live from my house on Sunday morning, Thanksgiving break. It's almost time for us to head back to school. And, obviously I woke up this morning, as probably you did, a little bit sad that, it's the last day of break. Like, that sucks, right? And it does. But it's also good because we need to take care of business and move on and finish up the semester so that y'all can go on to whatever your next class is going to be. And so I woke up this morning, and I always try to think ahead of time about what topic I'm going to cover. And so I have two things that I want to cover today on Coffee with Conning, and odds are this will be the last Coffee with Conning because we only have 3 weeks left. 2 of them are teaching weeks, and one of them's final exams. So we're like nearly done, which is crazy to think that in January that all of you will be heading to another class with another teacher. But so on that note, one of my topics I wanted to talk about today was just taking care of your business. The teachers, we've been given this large list of things we have to do for any student that is failing. And if I'm being 100% honest, from the eyes of an educator, it's very frustrating because you guys can see your grades, you can see your work, you have access to Skyward, you have access to Google Classroom, you see what's going on, and you have 8 classes. I'm being told that I need to do a lot of follow-up for anyone failing at progress reports. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Approximately 50% of you are failing. Now, y'all know I have about 170-ish students right now. So that means, let's just round it to 80. 80 kiddos are failing. So 80 kiddos, parents that I have to actually have two-way conversation with. Like, I can't just send them something and then not reply. I need to keep going until I hear back. 80 students that I have to follow up with and have meetings with. 80 students, and you have 8 teachers. So what I challenge you to do, and y'all know I love challenges, right? I challenge you to step up. You have 8 people to interact with and worry about, and 8 grades to just double check and stay on top of. And even if you're a really good student and you're passing everything, maybe you're not passing it to the level you should, right? Like maybe you are slacking a bit. I don't know, for lack of a better way of wording it. So I would love for you to reach out and communicate and double check and be on top of your classes, okay? And then maybe that 80 kiddos that I'm responsible for only becomes like 20 because you all step up and realize, oh, snap, I need to take care of this. And you take some of the burden off, because that's a lot of burden on the teachers. It's like weighs on us, and you could really help out. Just a thought. And then the other theme that I was thinking about today, it was the saying, don't burn any bridges. Because I was thinking of interviews, and I was doing some research for this week's lessons coming up, and I was really thinking about like references and if people reached out to previous bosses and stuff like that. And I was thinking about the saying, don't burn your bridges. And I don't know if y'all know that saying, but basically the gist of this saying is that you're going to come across a lot of people in your life, and though you don't need to kiss up and kiss everyone's butts, you shouldn't burn any bridges. So let's say you have a teacher that you really dislike. You don't have to feed that dislike. You don't have to make it worse, exaggerated. you can just let it lie where it's at. And so therefore, if you ever need that teacher or something, that bridge isn't burned. Because on our journey of life, we travel these interstates, these roads, over bridges. And when you take that relationship, someone that you don't like, and you just let it go up in flames, it's like you burnt that bridge and your life can never travel that path again. And so you need to always pick other paths to avoid that bridge that's burnt because you can't cross it. And so that being said, you don't need to make it the prettiest bridge out there. You don't need to build the bridge up to anything more, but you need to at least leave that bridge there. So if your paths cross again, if you need to go that way, if it will save you hours on a journey, you have that option. I think that hopefully makes sense to you. It's kind of cheesy, but I know sometimes when we get into our emotional states, we sometimes feel like it would just be easier to burn a bridge. Like, forget that person. I hate them. I hate this class. I just don't care. I'm going to treat this friend like crap because they treated me that way. And you just think in that emotional state, which a lot of teenagers tend to run most predominantly in your emotional state. There's nothing wrong with that. You're a teenager. That's what teenagers do. But being aware of that emotional state will take you next level because you can pause and be like, I know I'm feeling emotional right now, but will I regret this later? Will this be something that maybe I'll be upset about, that I made a decision when I was in hyper emotional state later? And so I just want you to think about that and try not to, along your life's journey, to burn bridges. It's okay if you tear it down and it becomes only a footpath bridge that you can barely walk over. That's cool. Some of them might become mega bridges that you built up and that are beautiful architectural structures because you and a person have such a strong relationship that it's just next level. But just don't burn the bridge down completely because you never know when you're going to need that path again. You never know when it's a small flipping world, people, a small world. And you just never know when you're going to cross those people and those paths again. So take care of your business this week, okay? This is a quick and easy lesson for your first day back in my class. Take care of your past stuff that's due, your interview, and all of those things. And let's just work on ending on a solid up note and just being the best person and the best student and the best friend and the best sibling and child that you can be, and ending 2020, even though it's been a crazy year, ending it on a solid and positive note that you can be proud of. I look forward to our last few weeks together, and I just want y'all to know that even when you leave my class, I will be here for you. And if you need anything, you know where and how to find me. I hope y'all have an awesome day.